Today we get to talk about a little zombie that I waste my wishes to get in Genshin. Yes, the first of the T-pose munchkins, I like to call them. That being Icy Resurrection Qiqi. So let's get started talking about our little icy zombie that Hu Tao wants to bury in the ground. Qiqi is a playable cryo character in Genshin Impact. Resurrected as a zombie by the Adepti, she has ended up in Beizu's care and now works at Bamboo Pharmacy in Liyue Harbor. Qiqi is a short female character in Genshin Impact. Her weapon is a sword and her vision is cryo. Her birthday is March 3rd and her constellation is Pristina Nola, and she comes from Liyue. Qiqi has two affiliations, those being with Bamboo Pharmacy and the Adepti. Her special dish is No Tomorrow, which is a variant of the Come and Get It. Qiqi became a playable character on September 28, 2020. The four voice actors of this little munchkin in the localizations of Genshin Impact are Christy K in English, Yanning in Chinese, Yukari Tamura in Japanese, and Lee Sol in Korean. Qiqi goes by two titles, those being Icy Resurrection and Pharmacist Bamboo Pharmacy. Qiqi has light purple hair reaching her shoulders at the sides with a long play in her back, pale skin and magenta colored eyes. Her fingernails are black. Qiqi usually wears a purple clothing and has several Fulu talismans stuck onto her. Her attire consists of a purple frock and a deep purple beret with on a red, purple, magenta tassel on the top and her cryovision embedded on the side. She wears a pair of simple earrings, one black and one white. She also wears black heels and white stockings that are wrapped in mummy-like bandages. Despite being a zombie, Qiqi is in better shape than her boss, Beizu. She performs calisthenics on a daily basis to prevent rigor mortis from setting in, which would otherwise force her to continually hop around to move. Her outfit, Summertale Dreams, is described to be a herb-gathering garment that brings her great peace of mind due to the attached talismans. Qiqi has a quiet yet polite demeanor when dealing with customers at the pharmacy. As a zombie, Qiqi has trouble retaining memories and can quickly forget about people if she doesn't continually reform herself with an impression of them. Using her vision to protect those she holds dear due to her undead nature, Qiqi has a relatively fat voice and is unable to convey most of her emotions to others, nor does she have a particularly strong sense of smell. She prefers cold weather, as the heat reminds her of death, and her flesh begins to decay. If she stays too long in such places, although zombies have to be issued orders when awoken, because Qiqi has done so herself, she is a rare case and has to give herself orders in order to perform her duties. These duties can't be cancelled, and she must either finish the task or be forced to cancel it by hugging her with enough serenity. Sincerely, she takes her duties seriously, carrying a notebook in which she details everything she needs to do for the day, which also serves as a reminder in case she forgets something. She also strives to improve herself so she becomes less forgetful. One particularly foul days, however, she may forget to check on her notebook. When she generally gets along with everyone, she loses it whenever Hu Tao comes or is mentioned, remarking that she has a punchable face and completely despises her, expressing an intent to throw the director into a fridge due to her intents on stealing her away. Even after giving her an exception and pampering her, Qiqi still holds a grudge towards Hu Tao. While she usually forgets about her boss on an infrequent basis and is aware that he has ulterior motives with her, she doesn't mind remaining under his employment because she treasures his concern over her. She's also fond of coconut milk, which she flinches for reasons unknown, though she initially mistakes the former as cocoa goat milk. Ancient Sword Art is Qiqi's normal attack. Her normal attack performs up to 5 rapid strikes. Her charge attack can consume a certain amount of stamina to unleash 2 rapid sword strikes, while her plummeting attack plunges from midair to strike the ground below, damaging opponents along the path and dealing AoE damage upon impact. Adeptus Art Herald of Frost is Qiqi's elemental skill. With using the Ice Vein Talisman, Qiqi brings forth the herb Herald of Frost, dealing cryo damage to surrounding opponents. Herald of Frost are 3 dings, 1 hit. Qiqi's normal and charge attacks regenerate HP for your own party members and nearly teammates who are nearby. Healing circles based on Qiqi's ATK. 2. It periodically regenerates your active character's HP, and 3. It will follows the character around, dealing cryo damage to opponents in their path. Life Prolonging Methods is Qiqi's first Ascension passive skill. When a character under the effects of Adeptus Art Herald of Frost triggers an elemental reaction, their incoming healing bonus is increased by 20% for 8 seconds. A Glimpse into Arcadum is Qiqi's 4th Ascension passive skill. When Qiqi hits opponents with her normal and charge attacks, she has a 50% chance to apply a fortune-preserving talisman to them for 6 seconds. This effect can only occur once every 30 seconds. Former Life Memories is Qiqi's utility passive skill. It displays the location of nearby resources unique to Liyue on a minimap. Due to being a zombie, Qiqi lacks facial expression. She hopes that's okay. She may look like a zombie, but she's surprisingly limber due to her strict Calixtone's regimen. Her memory is poor, she forgets easily, and that is partly why she can seem cold to others. Her appearance is forever frozen at the point of her passing, so estimates of her age are unreliable. Zombies require orders to act, but due to the same reason or another, Qiqi is certainly giving herself orders. Usually zombies are cold and stiff, which forces them to locomote by hopping about. As such, Qiqi keeps up a Calixtedlich regimen to retain a human-like form. The 77th generation director of the Wanshin funeral parlor, Hu Tao, doesn't see that the point of all this. Whenever she meets Qiqi, she will say, "It will be easier if you just let me bury you." Qiqi, of course, has no wish to be buried, so she conducts her exercises at night when no one's about. Qiqi's memories follow far behind those of non-undead disposition. If she does not continue to reinforce her impressions of someone, she will completely forget them in 3 days tops. But who knows, this might be a good thing. For a person with painful memories, forgetting may, in fact, be a form of release. The person Qiqi must remember most, not only does the person have a very punchable face, but she also shows up every single day. As such, Qiqi isn't too concerned about her poor memory. Qiqi is very petite indeed, but in fact she is a very powerful zombie. Her short stature is hardly any impediment, but is instead good for her high-speed movement. In combat, Qiqi will unleash the self-control that she usually maintains, allowing her body to return to an undead state, increasing her strength and speed. You're dead. Once she has historically defeated her enemies, Qiqi will once again get her muscles under control, returning her to her normal state. She has been threatened in the past by treasure hoarders while picking herbs by herself. Now a little girl by herself seems like an easy target, no? Who would have thought that this little girl could send a whole crew flying? This is why she should always remember never to judge a person based on appearance. Or a zombie, for that matter. Zombies mostly require orders from the person who awakens them to move, but strictly speaking, Qiqi has never been awoken. As such, she counts as many rare cases of a zombie that gives itself orders. If these orders are simple ones like to defeat the enemy, Qiqi has no problem fulfilling them. But when faced with complex instructions such as go to Union Quest, climb the sheer walk faces, and pick herbs, Qiqi sometimes winds up stuck below the cliffs, unable to give up no matter how many times she tries and fails to scale the cliff. The method to cancel her orders is very simple. Hug Qiqi from behind, tell her something like, I love you the most, and the orders will displace just like that. Unfortunately, there's just no element of sincerity when Baozu does it, leading to gently reduced results. Perhaps sometimes someone will come along who understands that such words can't be spoken lightly, and who slowly but carefully releases the hold that Qiqi's orders have over her. What will Qiqi's response be then? This ancient story has been forgotten by mortals. An ordinary herb-picking lass named Qiqi lost her way and trespassed the realm of the Adepti, injuring her leg in a fall. She hurriedly hid in the cavern to rest. Even occupied as she was bandaging her wound, she could hear sounds that did not belong to the mortal plane. But she could never expected that with a huge crash, she would forever be trapped between life and death. Whatever Adepti or demons, just or wicked, all understood that she was an innocent mortal caught in the crossfire. Or perhaps it was by the will of heaven that she received a vision in her dying moments, and so ended this contention between Adepti and demon. The Adepti could not bear to let her die, in which imparted to her a position of their strength, meaning to breathe life back into her body. Qiqi did indeed awaken and lived again, but went into a berserk state, unable to control the Adepti energy raging through her. Seeking the end of the disturbance, Mountain Sharpener had no choice but to seal the Harpistess Maiden in amber. After hundreds of years, Qiqi was discovered by humans still trapped in the amber and was brought to Wanshan Funeral Parlor for burial. The mountain wards were treacherous, however, and the amber was burned out. Coupled with the passing of many years, the seal on Qiqi was about to spread. She awakened in the middle of the night, broke the amber in secret, and fled. Following the herb-picking habits of her previous life, Qiqi headed right back for the hills. By chance, she met Baozu, the boss of Bamboo Pharmacy, on the way, and he took her in. Now, Bazu was a doctor of great skill, but he was hardly a man of high caliber or courage. Even so, he took her in, never mind that her memory was so poor that she could not even short verbs out. It doesn't seem that her appearance of Qiqi has something to do with his own personal pursuits. Qiqi is still but slow, and has long realized this. However, she does not take it to heart. Perhaps she has seen too much, or been alone for too long. But what remains true is that she treasures his concern, even if there is some more motive behind it. A Homeway Handbook of Practical Wisdom for the Undead. Qiqi carries something with her that looks like a notebook. Qiqi's memory is very poor, so it's an object of irreplaceable importance if she is so smoothly go about her daily life. The words remain and written in a centuries-old style, and are very elegant indeed. This first page is an instructional on calisthenics. Moving past that, one finds the descriptions of various herbs in some orders. Qiqi needs to give herself orders, so has very precise instructions to ensure a smooth translation. She has also doubtfully written down all the things she needs to do in a day. Recently, she has also added a section on brain training and memoriac methods. At this point, it has to become a true dummy's guide on just about anything. But if the day ever comes when Qiqi also forgets to look at her notebook, there would truly be nothing for it in then. Qiqi's vision was given to her in her last moments of her life. She wanted to stop the clock from turning. She wanted to live happily again. She feared death. She wanted to live. She missed her family. These feelings concealed it at the last into ice. If only I could freeze time. How wonderful would that be? As she thought this, tears fall from the morbid girl's eyes upon the vision had appeared before her. The mighty and illuminated deptai all acknowledge this as a ligament form of illumination. The yearning of humanity for bygone days is, after all, a desire to protect that past. Qiqi literally means 7 times 7, is the name of somewhat acquainted funeral rituals in East Asian Buddhism, which lasts 49 days after the person's death when formally performed, in which a memorial ceremony is held on the 7th day in each order. Her constellation Priscilla Nola is Latin for the ancient bell. In her coin-shaped accessory is likely the Chinese braille money, Mingqian, meaning dark coin, or imitations of currency that are placed in a grave. In Chinese funeral tradition, it was one of the most common types of grave goods to be buried, so that the deceased person could bribe the judge ruler of the underworld, similar to Karen's oboe in ancient Greece and Rome. Fact 1. Qiqi's type of zombification is specifically that of a jianqi, a hopping zombie in Chinese legend. Jianqi are typically depicted as remained corpses, wearing a rounded top hat with a talisman strap hanging from their foreheads, and suffer from rigor mortis, stiffening of the limbs after death, which is why hopping is the only form of locomotive. Qiqi performs calisthenics on a daily basis to prevent rigor mortis from setting in. Fact 2. According to the Chinese version, Qiqi's swordsmanship is the ancient form of the Young Lai swordsmanship, a Liyue martial arts school whose masters including Qiqi. Fact 3. Qiqi shares the same Japanese voice actress with Teresa Apocalypse from Hokai Gakuen 2, and both Teresa Apocalypse and the Elf-Blood Embrace from Honkai 3, 3rd. Honkai Impact 3rd. Fact 4. Qiqi and the Unknown God share the same English voice actress, Christy Kate. And that is the information of Qiqi. Next time we'll go over Chunyoung's aunt, Shenhe. So I'll see you next time.